I wanted to start off by apologizing for this response coming so late. A lot has come out and I wanted to take the proper time to think about the situation and reflect so I could respond. Before you watch this video or any other video dealing with this subject, it is important you read Lex's Twitter post and go watch their YouTube video about the situation. Trigger warning for those who are sensitive to conversations about sexual assault. On the night of May 25th, Lex reached out to me through text. They wanted to talk about something. I said okay. She called, I answered, and she began to confide in me about a sexual assault that she experienced by our mutual friend, Don, who was our channel artist at the time. I took these allegations seriously and expressed my support for Lex, and I asked her permission to talk to Don about the sexual assault directly. Unfortunately, my words ended up ringing hollow as Matt and I continuously tiptoed around the subject. We didn't expect this from Don. Nobody expects their friend to do something this serious to another friend. We selfishly waited until we felt comfortable to have this discussion with Don instead of having the victim's back immediately. Matt and I did eventually sit down with Don to have this discussion. It started the conversation with Don, I believe, inquiring about a visa and starting to work for us potentially full time. Of course, that was not the subject Matt and I came to discuss, so we quickly turned the subject over, said we are not talking about this, and that we were going to be talking about the situation between him and Lex. He explained away the assault, excusing it as a miscommunication of boundaries in an intimate moment, and we told Don if he truly believed that, if he truly believed that it was a boundary miscommunication, then he should apologize to Lex directly. This was, of course, the wrong decision. This put the onus on Lex to have a discussion with their abuser, which is a ridiculous ask for someone to make, and was a bad decision on both Matt and I's account, and we handled that very poorly. It's stupid that we even thought that that was a good idea. In reality, it's just dismissive and wrong. Again, after some tiptoeing, we ended up cutting ties with Don, both personally and professionally. We cut all contact with him. We also updated those who we knew that were working with him of the situation. This should have been done from the very start, and I regret that we handled this in the worst way possible. There's no excusing the lack of tact that was used to handle this. Lex should have felt safe, and I am sorry to Lex for making them feel like they weren't heard at that time. I was spineless. Could have been handled so much better, and should have been handled so much better, especially since Lex was the one who trusted us with her story and her trauma. There's no excusing the way Matt and I handled that situation. If we were to do it right, we would have, from the get-go, fired Don immediately. We ended up doing that, but it took us too long. I'm now going to address something else that has come out about me, and that is the fact that I had inappropriate communications with fans while in a long-term committed relationship. While technically these actions are between two consenting adults, it truly is pathetic, and there's no excuse for it. It's clear that instead of being responsible with the super mega brand, I abused my position and my power for selfish self-indulgence. I know that there is no sorry to rectify the damage I've done with this, and not because of how it's affecting me right now, because I deserve this. What I did is inexcusable and inappropriate. I'm not sorry because of how this is all affecting me in this current time. I'm sorry for how this has affected everyone that was within the vicinity of this situation. My ex, my friends, my family, my employees, and everyone in between who trusted me deserved a lot better. And because of my selfish actions, I have irreparably hurt and damaged all of those involved who were not deserving of it, who had no idea of anything that was going on. Again, my ex, my friends, and my family had no idea what I was doing. I know that there is no fixing what I did. I caused damage to people, and I can't change that. And it was all just about me and what I wanted and how selfish I was for years. I want to apologize to everyone I hurt in this situation because, again, they did nothing wrong. They trusted me, and I broke that trust. Since this is my final video, this next topic is really the only thing I care to defend myself on. And trigger warning for those who are sensitive to discussions about suicide. Recently on a live stream, it was mentioned that I would regularly bring up Daniel's suicide in a disrespectful and callous manner. Before I go further, I would like to go into who Daniel was to me, so those who don't know don't lack context. Daniel and I met in high school and became good friends, and we moved into the college years becoming best friends. I would tell him that even though he was younger than I was, he always felt like an older brother. He just had that intelligence about him. He was a very smart guy. He was very talented. We ended up collaborating to create the channel Syndigo, and we eventually moved out to LA in February of 2015. Daniel and I got an apartment together, but then eventually moved into a house with both Matt and Mark. On September 16th, 2015, while Matt was in South Carolina and Mark was at work, I found Daniel unresponsive in his room due to an apparent suicide attempt. He was taken off of life support on September 18th of 2015. To address these allegations head on about me making fun of the suicide of my best friend, I just want to state that it's just untrue. The person making these claims never knew Daniel. They definitely were not a part of the group that experienced the trauma of losing him. And I think, honestly, it is disrespectful to bring him up as a weapon. I felt like he was just brought into the situation for drama's sake to try to hurt me or Matt or hurt our image. I have done enough shit to tarnish my image, but I will not stand by and let someone talk lies about the way I talked or treated my trauma in regards to Daniel. The sole focus of all of this should have been about the support that Lex needed and about how we mishandled the situation. All of the attention should have been on Lex. Why Daniel was brought into it, I have no idea. I just wish personally he was left out of this completely. I want to end this by giving one last apology to everyone who was affected by my actions. Lex, you deserved a lot better. As I said before, there is no excuse. I was simply a coward. I want to also give an apology to all the Super Mega employees who trusted me. I misused that trust. You trusted me to have your back. You had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. And now because of my actions, the repercussions also fall on you, and that is not fair. And I'm a piece of shit for that, and I'm sorry. And there's nothing I can do to change this, and there's nothing I can do to repair the jobs that are lost because of me, and the relationships that are changed and lost because of me, and the people that are hurt because of me. I have obviously been irresponsible with the platform I was given, so as it stands, I don't deserve one. Again, I want to apologize to everyone I affected with my actions. It was truly selfish, and it's unforgivable. Thank you for listening.